I am Mightykeef.
So there I was, minding my own black-ass business, making a comedy skit for the recent news about Sephiroth entering Super Smash Bros. When all of a sudden...
What's up, dummy boy? Look at you. Look at this guy. Huh? You still have a base PS4? What'd you think was gonna happen? Huh? Why are you running this huge, ambitious, incredible, futuristic game on 2013 hardware? You idiot. Why would you do that? Thanks for the money, by the way. We got a profit in one day. Y'all ugly. And your mama fat. Nah, I'm just kidding. They actually just apologized. Unless you've been living under a rock recently, then you know Cyberpunk 2077 came out last week. Yes, the most highly anticipated game ever. The game people been waiting for 8 years. It dropped, and yeah, it was met with some craziness. I mean, there was a big bump in the road. This was a very unpolished game. I can't say unfinished, because all the content is there. You can play the game from start to finish and have the whole thing, but there has been issues like graphical and visual issues. There's been crashes. There's been a lot of bumps and bruises, regardless of whichever you play, whether that's console or PC. However, you know, PC and PS5 will probably be a lot better experience than if you were on PS4. It's terrible. Jesus Christ, my mom. It is abysmal, to say the least. Now, I've seen the gameplay. Obviously, you know, people will show these images alone, but I've seen it in action on an Xbox Series. I think it's Xbox One, and like that looks terrible. It looks terrible. I have mine for PS5, and I have a copy with a 1080 Ti for my PC, right? So 1080 Ti is a little outdated, but it still runs pretty damn well, right? It still runs pretty well. And I have you know, like I said, the PS5, and it runs good there too. There's been crashes from time to time, and then sometimes there won't be crashes, but I'll get into that a little bit. Overall, my experience has been amazing, just because I've been blessed with not having that many bugs on my end, but I've seen the bugs and I can understand why people are upset at it. And that's why CDPR actually dropped today an apology letter, which we're gonna go through right now.
First of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch 1 in January. This will be followed by patch 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game on last-gen look like it's running on a high-end PC or next-gen console, but it will be closer to that experience that it is now. Finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchases. We would appreciate if you would give us a chance, but if you are not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system on PSN or Xbox respectively. For boxed versions, please first try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. If this should not be possible, please contact us at helpmerefund@cdprojectred.com, and we will do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us for a week up until December 21st, 2020.
So basically, they're allowing people to have their refunds back, which, you know, you always want that as a consumer. If something bad happens, you always want to get your money back. But it just sucks. It sucks that people, they were lied to. I'm going to be completely honest. You know, I love CDPR's work because they make quality games with great content. And I don't think that's necessarily like not the case for what's called Cyberpunk. I still think the game's content is good. The quality that it came out with is what is bad. for a lot of people, right? You played, a lot of people don't have PS5s. A lot of people don't have the very best graphics card. A lot of people are still on PS4 and Xbox One. And their experience is trash. Like, I saw it. You know, there's still a lot of people who are, you know, still got base consoles and they're like, I love it. It's great here. It's still fun. It, you know, it really depends on your threshold for bugs and whatnot. But a lot of people just feel like they didn't get what they paid for, and I completely understand. And I really do think that it is scummy that CDPR did not tell anyone about the console or didn't give anyone the console reviews. I was kind of in the camp of, well, here's the honest truth. The way the gaming environment is, right? If you release something to reviewers that it's buggy, right, before the day one patch, obviously they're going to talk about just the bugs, and you're not going to get an accurate representation of what the game's like. So I'm thinking, oh well, that's probably why they didn't send it to the consoles, because it's really buggy pre-day launch. You know what I mean? So I was like, it makes sense. But really, no, it was just them hiding the fact that it looks like absolute dog doo-doo shit, and that sucks. It really sucks. It is kind of shady, right? And you wonder, you're like, why this company? I don't remember this company ever really doing anything like that in the past. So what's been different? You guys, if I'm wrong, if they have done it in the past, let me know. If you follow me on Twitter, then you know that I truly, a very strong opinion I have is that I believe this game just shouldn't have come out for last gen consoles, PS4s, Xboxes, etc., etc. I think they should have just waited and release this game like February or March of next year, right? And just made it next gen and PC only, because clearly there was a bias towards next gen and PC, right? Because it should not look the way it does on PS4. PS4, my base PS4, I never had a PS4 Pro. I had a PS4 my entire life, or you know, my entire PlayStation career or whatever. And I had Final Fantasy VII Remake, no drop frames, like Ghost of Tsushima, no drop frames, Last of Us 2. It all looked beautiful on base PS4, right? So there's no excuse as to why it looks so terrible with what's it called, Cyberpunk, unless this game was just not meant for last gen. I get that they announced it for last gen. I get that, you know, people bought it and pre-ordered it, but somewhere down that 8-year development, CDPR said to themselves, this game is gonna have to be for next gen. We're making it too big, too ambitious. It's not supposed to come out for PS4. And I just wish they did not do it. I wish they waited, you know, waited for people to get, you know, I know the climate for the PlayStations and the Xboxes are pretty bad, but I wish they waited for everyone to just have next gen, you know, 5 more months, release this thing in March, everyone would have been happy, and it would have been a great, successful launch, everything boom, bang, bow. I will have like an actual in-depth review about the game. It's a beautiful game to me. Just early impressions. It's an amazing game to me. And when it hits, this game hits. I mean, it is amazing. But you know, there are some gripes I have. There are some gripes, not just bugs. I'm talking about there are some fundamental issues with the game in terms of like economy, level design. Like level up design. Crafting. There's some little bits that are a little like, if they could just tweak this and that, it'd be completely better. It's nothing groundbreaking, right? It's nothing like you have to go in and find a whole different voice actor to voice these lines because this script was terrible. Nothing like that. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But I do want to say though, even though yes, this game does look terrible on PS4 and Xbox, on PlayStation 5 it looks good. Like it actually looks good, and I'm having a pretty good experience. But when it comes to bugs and crashes, the experience is going to vary, right? Somebody can have a lot of bugs and then the other person may not meet those bugs. It's just random. So that's why, you know, you may go and watch your favorite content creator or read your favorite article from your favorite GameSpot, IGN, Game Informer, PC Informer, whatever. You may read your favorite article and hear things like bugs everywhere, buggy mess, unplayable, something like that. And then you'll go online and you'll see people praising it, and you'll see people having a great time, and you're probably confused, like what? But I heard from over here that it's not looking good. How are you having fun?
And I'm telling you why you're confused is because, again, everyone's experience is going to vary because the bugs, everyone has a different threshold for bugs, first and foremost. Secondly, a lot of the bugs may just not occur to some people while it does others. Yesterday, I played for like 6 hours, 6.5 hours, and I had 0 crashes. Whereas the day prior, I played for like 4 hours and had 3 crashes. So it really, and this is all on PS5, by the way. I haven't had any crashes on PC at all yet, but on PS5. So it really, in case that's why you're confused, that's the reason. And I mean, I can't recommend this game for anyone who has a last-gen console. Not yet, not until they patch it in February, I believe they said. But you know, if you got a next-gen console or a decent graphics card, I mean, try it out. But that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Just as a recap, I think CDPR, what they did was pretty scummy. They should have been more transparent. But if they were more transparent, there's probably going to be less money they made. And with less money they made, they can't be a business, right? So that's why they did it. And that's bad. That is inexcusable, right? But what can we do about it? You can get a refund and that's it. You can decide to never buy their stuff again and that's it. We can't, you know, you can't strike. You can't call the police. You can't do any of that. So you either just, that's it, you know? We can only hope, we can only look to the future at this point. They promised free DLC. They've done it in the past. They promised quality games. They've done it in the past. People have made the argument, hey, if this was another company like Bethesda, Ubisoft, with all these bugs, it'd be, you know, dick on the ground. It'd be dead. It'd be completely you know, no one would even talk about it anymore. They wouldn't even give it a chance. That's very possible. But that's how reputations work. You know, if people have been treated well in the past, they expect that in the future. If people have messed up in the past and they have a habit of messing up, they're not going to get other chances. That's just how reputation works. So yeah, obviously, you know, if this was Bethesda with buggy games, they're just going to be like, well, it's a buggy game. That's normal Bethesda. Or if Ubisoft, they'd be like, it's a Ubisoft. It's normally buggy. It's whatever. You know, blah, blah, blah. We hate it. But CDPR is like, yeah, it's buggy, but it always gets fixed. So everything's fine. Everything's actually fine. But I mean, if that's not how you feel, then that's not how you feel. You're completely okay for that. And if that's how you feel, if you want to wait for CDPR, you're good for that too. It just depends. But anyways, guys, that's it. I got a skit for Sephiroth in Smash come in hopefully tomorrow. And then, you know, I'll have my own little review of Cyberpunk by the end of the week, and then, you know, the live stream of Sephiroth will be on Thursday, I believe. So we got a lot of content. This might be the first week in my career where I upload a video every single day of the week. That's crazy, right? So keep your subs, notification, whatever that's called, keep that stuff up on because I'll have a lot of stuff coming out this week. I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know how you guys are experiencing your game so far. Hopefully it's good, but I don't know. Love y'all. Take care. Peace.
Boy, that's just crazy.